Our first introduction to the Mandalorian saw him collecting a bounty on the ice planet Pagodon, taking it back to Navarro, where Guild agent Greef Karga directed him to an off-the-books client. To fulfill this bounty, Din traveled to Arvala 7, where he met an Ugnaught named Quill and cooperated with another bounty hunting droid, IG-11, to reach the bounty. The pair was successful, but Din shot IG-11 when he discovered the bounty was a child. After some Jawa issues while still on Arvala, Din returned to the client on Navarro, handing over the child, getting his Beskar reward forged into the Whistling Bird missiles, and taking a new job from Greef Karga. While he was leaving for this new job, though, he got cold feet and returned to rescue the child, fighting off Bounty Hunters Guild members with the help of his fellow Mandalorian tribe. Now on the run from the Empire and the Bounty Hunters, Din and the child attempted to hide on a backwater world named Sorgan. With the help of rebel veteran Cara Dune, Din fought off a group of well-equipped raiders, protecting the villagers and remaining for several weeks before being tracked down by another bounty hunter. Now back on the run, Din's ship the Razor's Crest was attacked by another bounty hunter and a fighter, forcing them to Tatooine to undergo repairs. While on Tatooine, Din worked with the wannabe bounty hunter named Toro Calican to hunt down Fennec Shand. They were able to apprehend her, but Fennec turned Calican against Din, and Calican shot her, leaving Fennec for dead in the desert and planning to turn Din into the Bounty Hunters Guild. This did not go well for him, and Din ended up killing him. With the Razor's Crest repaired, Din reunited with an old associate named Ranzar Malk on his station hideout Roost, which wouldn't be a great hideout if I could put it on a map. Din agreed to help a team that Malk put together free another associate from a New Republic prison ship. This ultimately ends with multiple betrayals and most of the team, including Migs Mayfeld, in captivity. Season 1 ends with Greef Karga requesting Din's assistance in freeing Navarro from the imposed rule of Moff Gideon in exchange for clearing his name. On the way to Navarro, Din recruited Dune from Sorgan, along with Quill and a restored IG-11 from Arvala 7. The team was able to defeat Moff Gideon's forces at the cost of Quill and IG-11's lives, and incorrectly believed they had managed to kill Moff Gideon himself. Season 2 opened on an unknown world before quickly moving back to Tatooine, where Din helped the town of Mos Pelgo and its marshal Cobb Vanth, who was wearing Boba Fett's armor, kill a crate dragon. Din took the armor as payment for his help and departed the planet with a Frog Lady passenger who required sublight transport to Trask, a moon of the nearby planet Koli Ben, with Din expecting to be connected with other Mandalorians on the planet in exchange. On the way to Trask, the ship was attacked by a New Republic patrol and crashed on Maldo Crace. A few fights with spiders later and some help from the New Republic pilots, Din was able to limp the ship the rest of the way towards Trask, while the child caused massive internet controversy by eating Frog Lady's eggs along the way. With the Frog Lady and some of her eggs safely delivered, Din met Bo-Katan, another Mandalorian who was raiding Imperial supplies on Trask and building her way towards retaking Mandalore. Bo-Katan advised Din to take the child to Corvus, where he would be able to find a Jedi named Ahsoka Tano. First, Din made a stop on Navarro, getting the Razor's Crest repaired, while Din helped Karga, Dune, and the Mythol he had hunted in the first episode to destroy a local Imperial installation, in which they learned more about secret Imperial projects related to the child. With Navarro free once again, Din continued on to Corvus, helping Ahsoka free the town of Caladan before Ahsoka revealed the child's real name, Grogu, and advised he be taken to the strongly Force-connected world of Tython. Still hoping to find some Jedi guidance for Grogu, once on Tython, Din was confronted by Boba Fett and a surprisingly not dead Fennec Shand. Boba wanted his armor back from Din, which Din had received earlier from Cobb Vanth, agreeing to help fight off an impending Imperial attack on Grogu in exchange. During the ensuing fight, Grogu was captured and the Razor Crest destroyed. Because of their deal for the armor, though, Boba pledged himself and Fennec to continue helping Din until Grogu's safe return was secured. In order to mount a rescue, Din returned to Navarro, enlisting Dune once again in her capacity as a New Republic Marshal, using her position to recruit Migs Mayfeld from a prison on Carthon, in order to break into another Imperial facility on Morak to find Gideon's location. The rescue plan then involved boarding a shuttle carrying Dr. Pershing, a cloning scientist helping Gideon, recruiting the help of Bo-Katan from a cafe on Lafette, a planet which I have no real idea on where to place, and finally boarding Gideon's light cruiser, rescuing Grogu, and sending him to train with the newly appeared Luke Skywalker, ending Season 2. After some time apart, which Jon Favreau says was about 2 years, in the Book of Boba Fett we see Din on the ring world of Glavis, having returned to bounty hunting despite still being shipless. Once the Mandalorian armorer learned that Din had removed his helmet, he was cast out and boarded a transport for Tatooine. Conveniently, his Tatooine-based mechanic friend from prior adventures, Peli Motto, had an idea for him, and the two worked to repair a small Naboo fighter. After this overhaul was completed and he had a joyride to test out the ship, Din was recruited by Fennec to help Boba and her fight against the Pike Syndicate on the planet. Din agreed, but first went to Ossus to give Grogu a Beskar vest as a gift. Rather than simply leaving a gift, Grogu returned with Din, helping Din and Boba secure Tatooine, and setting us up for the start of Season 3.